Yes.
Can we do a live commentary?
Yes, you can. We're also live streaming this too, so everyone is seeing this.
Okay.
Yeah.
We hope there's going to be a black thing like behind the door.
One would hope.
It's not there yet.
Because Grim is down at the top of the chart. Grim in.
Grim, on.
Okay, the current warmers?
Yeah. Back to it.
Section 1, secret. Light. Please, please tell me. Please, because I will never. Don't. I'll never tell. No. No matter what. It's not. It's not my fault. Tell me, even if you didn't. I wouldn't. If you know me, it's too awful. I can't. But tell me. No. Because if you don't, then there's a secret between us. And if there's a secret, then we're not close anymore, and we can't. Everybody knows everything about it. But a big secret. It's not such a big secret. Then tell me. No, I won't. It's big because you won't tell me. No. Is it something you don't start guessing? Or something you want? Or something you've seen or heard or know about? Please. Is it something you've done? Is it a crime? Or a sin? Or just embarrassing? No, I don't want you to know. All right, I'll tell you. You don't have to. I'll tell you. Yes, tell me, because I'll never not that. Tell me because I'll already. I'm telling you. No. Yes. No. I warned you. But that's yes. Oh no. That's yes. How could you? I did. Now what? Now what? Now what? Life. Bram out. Set. Senses. Life.
Why do they need to know all this stuff? They're doing research to guide their policy. They use it to help people.
They use it to sell us things we don't want.
No, that's what people just phone up. I don't answer any of their questions. I just say no thank you. There's no need to swear at them. You're made a mess of it now anyway. You'll get into trouble if you don't do it. They won't know. They know you exist.
Life. Fan.
All the times that you ran my parade, all the stuff you getting using my name. If you broke my heart, oh, so for goodness sake, think I'm crying all night, know well I hate.
Love him so much. Love him more than you. I jumped out of the window. He fired. Cut off my hand. He dropped it. Killed my mother. Cat food. No. Just to touch him. Just to tell him. Just to see him. Just to have him see me.
He was born at 2:10 in the morning, and I was born at 2:10.
How do you know?
Mom says.
10:02.
She says just after 10, so that's two.
That's not 2.
It is 2.
Anyway, he was born on Tuesday and I was born on Wednesday and you were only born on Friday.
That's stupid.
His favorite color is blue.
His favorite food is chili.
Favorite animal steak.
His favorite holiday was in Bermuda.
smell?
Roses.
You're making that up.
Well, what? I'm asking you. You don't know.
I'm asking you.
You don't know, do you? Go on, tell me.
You tell me.
I don't know. You tell me.
All right, I don't know, so we've got to find out.
You mean that neither of us know?
It's in here somewhere.
I can't believe that neither of us.
It's all right, we'll find out.
I know I used to know.
Wait.
It's a chicken.
Wait.
You can't find it.
I can't.
You're not looking properly.
I can't find it.
Here, let me.
You can't find it.
Wait.
It's not there.
Wait.
See? You can't. What are we going to do? We've got to know. I won't be able to sleep. Well, what are we going to do?
What?
Torture.
What?
He's wearing me out.
Take a break.
Do you want to go in?
I'll give him a cigarette.
He's not ready to talk.
I thought we got there yesterday.
We thought we got there yesterday, but he's past that.
We'll get to where he'll say anything.
We're not paid extra for it to be true.
I'll give him a cigarette, or you have a cigarette. And I'll tell him we'll be back.
What?
Scrim in. Lab.
What?
So we hatch a batch of eggs in the lab.
Where do you get the eggs?
From the poultry breeders who supply them to the battery farms.
the tentative.
Yes. Or some of them might go to farms. But either way.
So either way, they're going.
Yes, by 12 weeks they'll be plucked and lying on their backs.
In the supermarket.
On your table.
So you're not taking the line.
I am taking the
But
line.
even if you didn't
They wouldn't let the old chickens. No.
So you got the chickens.
About a day old, fluffy, yellow, like little Easter
And
eggs.
you do some experiments on them?
What we do is we get them to peck.
Because chicks do peck a lot.
They peck at everything. And what we do is we get them to peck at beans that have been dipped either in water or in some stuff that tastes bitter.
Not
And-
poison.
No. It makes them wipe their beaks on the floor. Then they're fine again. And of course we're writing all this down. You know, which chick, which bead, how many pecks. And then my colleague injects this tiny amount of very slightly radioactive liquid.
No, stop.
I know, but they don't seem
It
at all.
doesn't hurt to-
They do show any signs of it.
Okay, so what's it for? It's gonna show up something in their
Because
brain.
what we've injected has a sugar in it that gets taken up by the nerve cells, and the more sugar is taken up, the more brain activity. And the radioactivity acts as a tracer, like in a scanner. So you can measure that and see exactly where in the brain the sugar
And the
was.
idea is that it's different.
What we hope to see, you see, is that it's different in the
Depending on what they
Yes, because we give them the beads again, and they have learned. Because the ones who had the beads with water come back and peck at it again, and the ones
They will peck it.
the ones who had the bitter bead have learned not to peck it.
That's terrific.
But that's not what we're finding out. What we're finding out is
Changes in the brain.
exactly what changes in the brain correspond to that memory. So,
So that you have
yes,
it.
I hold the bird in my left hand, and I quickly cut off its head with a big pair of scissors. Then I drop the body in a bucket, I take the head, peel back the skin, cut round the skull, and there's the brain.
There's the
So I
brain.
put it in a dish of ice, and my colleague cuts it into slabs with a razor blade. And then he dissects out tiny samples that he puts into test tubes, and they're immediately frozen. Well, meanwhile, I'm taking the brain out of the next chick, and that's what I do.
And then you analyze.
Yes, and there is a substantial increase.
So you can
and
measure-
not just the increase, but exactly where. Because if you
Slice the brain.
slice the frozen brain into thin sections and put them on slides, you get pictures.
So you can.
You can see exactly depending on how dark. And you can convert it into false color, which of course looks
Prettier.
prettier, yes, and easier to read. So the information is the same,
Which is-
that the learning takes place on the left side of the brain.
So you-
And there's another version where you stain the sample with silver salt, and then you can count the new spines on the dendrites. Which are
Yes, the little...
Because at that degree of magnification, a thumbnail would be 250 meters wide.
So you can see the memory.
Yes, you can see the actual changes.
The chick learns about the beat.
Like...
Drink out. Sleep.
Like...
I can't sleep. Hot milk. I hate it now. Book? I haven't got one I like. Just lie there and breathe. My head's too full of stuff. Are you asleep?
No, what? It's fine.
You can't sleep? I think I'll get up and go on Facebook.
Like...
Remote.
Like...
You don't seem to have a TV.
There used to be one, but it stopped working. The reception's no good anyhow.
I brought my laptop.
Might have a reception problem there.
Not that I need it. There's no phone signal, is there?
You'd have to go to town. Or, I think someone said there's a spot, if you go up the road and down towards the cliff and stand on a rock, you'd have to know it.
We can listen to the radio. Does it work?
I did warn you. I know, it's quiet here.
I like it quiet.
You can always cycle down and get a newspaper.
It's all right.
I don't have time. You see?
Don't you sometimes want a weather forecast?
I want you to be happy here.
Yeah, I'm happy here.
You'll find you can feel it. What?
Spring in. Depression 1.
Like...
We could go for a walk. It's a beautiful...
Like...
Section break.
Are you out of sound? Got no sound?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Section 2. Irrational.
Like...
Is an irrational number real?
It's real to me.
But can you have an irrational number of oranges?
Not a thing stand, no.
I'm not comfortable with the whole idea.
There was someone called Hippasus in Greek times who found out about the dead admiral of the square, and they drowned him because no one wanted to know about things like that.
Like what?
Numbers that make you uncomfortable and don't relate to oranges.
I can see why they might want to do that.
Drown him?
Maybe he should have kept quiet if he knew they couldn't stand it.
Is that what you do?
Like...
Affair.
Like...
I don't know if I should tell you. What? But you're my friend more than she is. What is it? What do you think yourself? Is it better to know things or not to know things? Is it better just to let things be the way you think they are, the way they are really, because if someone tells you something that might change everything, and do you want that? Do you think it's interfering, or is it what friends ought to do? You're going to have to tell me now, you know that. Some people might say you shouldn't say anything because you might not want to hear anything against your best friend, but I do keep seeing them together. And last night I was having a drink with her after work, and we just sort of turned up, and afterwards they left together. I haven't bothered to come up with a story, I just wondered. I'm probably imagining things, and I shouldn't put ideas into your head because it may all be perfectly alright. I'm sorry. You went to a different school. He was 12. I don't think I feel like you're my mom, though. I don't have a sister anymore. I don't like that. Do you want me to feel different about you? I just didn't want it to be something I could never say. I'd like it if everything could go on like it was. You mean not tell Mom? Do we have to? Then you have something you could never say. Not a stomach ache. I don't care if she goes crazy. So long as it's you she goes crazy with, I can tell her to leave you alone because I'm your mom. I don't think that works. Lie.
Fired.
Lie. You shouldn't fire people by email.
I'm bursting in here and shouting.
I'm just saying it needs to be face to face.
I'm sorry, I do appreciate, but I'm busy at the moment. If you could come
I
back-
need to be looked in the eye and you say you're fired. Just say it to my face. You're fired. Just say it. You're a coward. You can't say
Why
it.
don't you speak to my PA and make an appointment?
Just say it. You're fired. Just say it.
Bye.
Lie.
It's a message.
Killing people.
Yes, because then they understand.
Killing yourself.
They understand what you're telling them.
But they don't, do they? They just...
Because the deaths show how important it is.
No. They just say you're a terrorist or...
And the terror is a message.
But they don't get it, do they? They just pass laws and lock people up and...
If enough people did it, because they don't really feel terror, do they? They don't live in terror. If they lived in terror, they'd be getting a message.
Would you do it yourself?
I don't think I would, no.
Because you're scared?
I don't think that message is what I want to say.
Lie.
Scrim in. Depression 2.
Lie.
There's an exhibition of expressionists.
Lie.
Scrim out. Grass.
Lie.
What did you do that for?
I thought-
What do you think's going to happen to you?
I know.
And to me, and the children. Did you think about that?
It seemed like the right thing to do.
Oh, we have to change who we are and go and live somewhere else?
I never said-
And you'll be a protected witness? And all your life will be living in fear, in a mobile home, in the desert, in America?
I never said my name, I just made the phone call.
And from your own phone?
No, of course not from my own phone, I'm not stupid.
Well, you are, but okay, from a public phone?
Yes,
or-
of course.
But here, like on Main Street.
No, I took a bus.
Took a bus. When?
Today, to make the call, I went to Stevenson.
Why Stevenson?
I know someone can go quickly on a bus.
You didn't go to work. You weren't at work, you could have got the kids from school.
I was in Stevenson.
I'd have loved a day out of Stevenson.
It wasn't a day out in Stevenson. I made the call on a public phone in Stevenson. I had a coffee, and I got the bus back.
And what did you say?
I just gave you the name. I said, this is who you want connection with. No, I won't give you my name. Thank you. Goodbye. That's all.
And if they know the call came from Stevenson, and they could find out who knew him, who went to
They
Stevenson,
won't do that. They don't need to know who I am. They just need to know who to look at.
if he finds out you went to Stevenson,
He wouldn't know what I did. in
you can't be
Stevenson.
sure of that. What if he's got a buddy in the police that says, we got it, it was you, it came from Stevenson, and then someone else tells him they saw you get on a bus and go to
How would I
Stevenson?
do that? Why would he have a buddy in the police? Of course he doesn't have a buddy in the police. Do I have a buddy in the police? You're making up a whole thing that isn't going to happen.
I don't see why you have to do it.
It wasn't very nice what he did, was it?
He's a friend of yours.
Oh, he's not a friend of mine.
He's not now.
He doesn't know he's not now. What if you see him? What if I see him? What if he comes around here and says, the
something before I go? Can you tell me how long I've got?
There's not an exact answer to that.
I'd be grateful for anything you can give me an idea.
Well, let me just say that 10% of people with this condition are still alive after 3 years.
That's helpful. Thank you.
Live.
Scrim in, session break.
Oh, nice.
Scrim out, schizophrenic.
Live.
How do you know I'm leaving? I've been told it. Who by? Who by? You know the traffic light at the corner? Yes. I'm getting signals. The ones on the left as you go up from here? Okay, and what do they say? I won't tell you. Why not? Because it's about you, it's what you're like, and you know that yourself, I'm not going to say it. Did they tell you to hurt people? Not people. You. You know when you take your medication, what doesn't happen. That's why I stopped, because it was making it harder to get the information. You do know you're ill. I've been told that. Lies.
Five.
Live.
So we went to war on a completely...
Yes, but how were they to know?
They did know, they knew. He'd already admitted
He
it wasn't
said
true.
it to the
And
judge.
the CIA knew
But
all about it.
Blair didn't know.
Didn't want to know.
They had to
wanted
lie.
it to
They
be
thought it was true. Everyone thought.
Not everyone knew. Plenty of people. I didn't. I always knew it wasn't true.
You can't have known.
I knew it was all made up
And
stuff.
how did you know?
Because of what America's like, what it wanted to do.
You didn't know it was made up. You wanted it to be made up, and that's what you wanted to be true.
And it turns out I was right. Didn't it?
Do you think you just won an argument?
Lies.
Drink. Live.
I had this dream last night. I was in a garden and there were blackberries, big bushes of brambles. I was picking them and a butterfly flew across, and I could see this orange and black butterfly really clearly on a yellow rose. But then something was can't because I was in the ballet. And I looked every single one of those things up on a website about dreams, blackberry butterfly ballet, and every single one means infidelity. So now I know he's cheating.
So, you don't feel you have to be faithful to him anymore?
No, why should I?
So that leaves the way clear for us then?
Don't you think?
Unless it's not about him.
Who then?
You. You and me.
Well, that would mean we're definitely going to do it.
So either way.
Either way.
Live.
Recluse.
Live.
Don't answer. Look through the spy hole.
You're right. I thought it was the voice.
Don't answer. Don't answer.
Of course I won't answer. Don't panic.
Hello? Hello, Mr. Rushmore. I believe this is where you live. We saw you going in. We know the car outside the door.
Make him go away.
You said?
Yes. No. No.
And of course, I respect your desire for privacy. And it would so much help your thousands of admirers to understand if you could say a few words to us about that privacy. About how it feels to live here in a forest miles from the
Going to
nearest
die.
All right.
5 minutes of your time, I can explain to the world why you've chosen to leave it all behind and withdraw to this remote.
I should have a gun.
Because that would enable you to set the record straight about your ex-wife's allegations to confirm or deny that you said the queen
I'll
she
have to
was.
hide in the cupboard.
To put an end to the speculation once and for all about your
I'd
gift of
kill
marriage.
myself if they'd write an obituary.
Shall I tell him to?
No, because then they'll write about
It
you.
doesn't matter.
It does. They mustn't. If they know about you, if you talk to them, I'll never see you again.
Because we have a photograph of you.
Why don't I just...
All right!
Hello, Mr. Rushmore.
I have 3 things to say. I am now a citizen of China. I have 6 illegitimate children. I have recently been abducted by aliens and returned to Earth unharmed.
Oh, Mr. Rushmore, if you could just open the door for a moment.
That's all right. You see, that's fine. If I tell them lies, that's fine. I haven't told them anything about myself at all, and that's fine. I feel fine about that. I think that's fine. I feel fine.
And when exactly were you last in China?
Fine. That's fine.
That's good. I'm glad you feel okay.
And will you
about-
go away now?
In a while? He's sure to go away in a while.
Mr.
and we'll keep-
Rushmore!
He's gone.
He's gone.
Well, that's all right then.
Yes.
You handled that very...
No.
What?
No, I feel terrible. I feel...
But you didn't tell him anything.
But he knows.
He doesn't know anything. It was lies.
He knows I'm the person that told those
No,
lies.
because he doesn't know it was lies.
Yes, but he knows that I said those words, and he knows that I'm here. And he
You
knows...
mean he'll work out his
Whichever, he knows I said those words. He knows it was in this room. We have to move. He knows it was me. He knows I shouted out the
So
city.
you don't feel
No, I don't. I feel...
Blackout. Scream in. 3.
Lie.
The program starts at 6:40, or if you'd rather we could...
Lie.
Scream out. God's voice.
Lie.
God told you to do it.
He did, yes.
How?
How do you mean how?
Did you hear words?
It was the word of God. But like something you could hear with your ears, actual words from outside you, they came into me. The words, what God said. So you didn't exactly hear in my heart.
So how does that work then?
I was praying about it.
In words.
Sometimes in words. Sometimes just silently. The words were silent. I was praying in your head. If you like, my head, my heart. So sometimes
In your head.
sometimes just being in a state where I was praying. I don't know what state that is. Well, you'll have to take it from me. There is such a state. Okay.
So there you are, praying.
Praying and not knowing. Seeking guidance. Open to guidance from God.
Okay.
And He told me what to do.
What's his voice like?
Firm.
In your toes.
Yes, in my toes.
Will you stop now? Lie.
The child who didn't know fear.
Lie.
Once upon a time, there was a child who didn't know what fear was and wanted to find out. So his friend said, cold shiver down your back, legs go funny, sometimes your hands. No, not your hands. Yes, your hands tingle, it's more in your head, in your stomach, your belly, you shake yourself, you can't breathe, your skin creeps, it's a shiver, a shudder. Do you really not know what it is? And the child said, I don't know what you mean. So they took him to a big, dark, empty house everyone said was haunted. They said no one's ever been able to stay here till morning. You won't stay till midnight. You won't last an hour. And the child said, why? What's going to happen? And they said, you'll know what we mean about being frightened. And the child said, good, that's what I want to know. So in the morning, his friends came back, and there was the child sitting in the dusty room, and they said, you're still here? What happened? And the child said, there were things walking about, dead things. Some of them didn't have heads, and a monster was glowing. And they said, didn't you run away? And the child said, and there were weird noises, like screams and like music, but not music. And they said, what did you feel? And the child said, and it came right up to me and put out its hand. And they said, didn't your hair, your stomach, the back of your neck, your legs, weren't you frightened? And the child said, no, it's no good. I didn't feel anything. I still don't know what fear is. And on the way home, he met a lion, and the lion ate him.
Lie.
Went in, dark.
Lie.
It takes like 2.8 million years to get here.
So we're looking at 2.8 million years ago.
You might not be there. You could have died by now.
So who's gonna see that?
You might not even be people by then. The sun's only 8 minutes.
In the morning, let's wait 8 minutes and see if it's there now.
Lie.
Section break.
Lie.
This is the
This
bit
is the funny bit.
where we spill.
Every time.
Oh, wasn't she little then?
Tiny girl, her
And
face
now,
was-
my God, you should see.
And her
Have you
boyfriend.
met him? He's the most.
And there's that woman.
We never knew who she was.
Yes, she's there in the video, but who
Some
invited?
people just ghosts or strangers.
weddings, there she is, talking. Who is that? It's that uncle of yours, is it?
Oh, and look at the dresses, I mean.
Now we agree.
Shows you in history.
Yes, the children like it.
And the grandchildren are
And
going
it
to
can go down to the family, and they can.
And all the ones that had babies and little.
And all the ones at their wedding, and
But it's sad we haven't got our grandparents' wedding to go.
Or great
Or everybody's that ever lived. Videos of
Henry VIII.
Jesus, walking on the
Super back to the cave, we had Neanderthals.
Who be working the
Things
camera?
coming out of the sea in tiny
And
specs.
then we'd know
We know what
because
it
I wouldn't remember all this without the video. I wouldn't remember hardly anything at all about it because I can't remember anything about that day that's not on the video, not clearly.
I can remember putting the ring
No,
on.
I can't see that in
And
my
someone
mind.
was sick.
And look, here's the speeches. Look at Dad's speech. It's so
Live.
Come on.
Live.
What did you have for lunch on October 3rd, 1998?
Chicken soup and a salad. I was at home. I had the chicken soup in a blue bowl. The salad had tomatoes, lettuce, and chicory, but no onions because I didn't want my breath to smell of onions when I went to the movies with my brother in the afternoon. The movie began at 2:15.
What was the movie?
Godzilla.
What happened in it?
You want the whole thing? Shot by shot?
Can you do that?
Let's not do that.
Okay. I remember Godzilla. There's a lizard that's been irradiated by a nuclear explosion. So it's a monster. It goes to New York, and the American military drops bombs on it.
That's the one.
What did you do afterwards?
We walked back to my brother's place and had poached eggs on toast. I had 2 cups of tea in his red mug, the one with the chip.
What was the weather like?
Rain in the morning, but it cleared up. Rain in the evening. Rain the next morning.
June the 6th, 2004.
Live.
Spring in, Depression 4.
Live.
Red or
Live.
Spring out, X.
Live.
I'm glad we've done it, just to see
So am I.
after all these years.
Because it was very important at the time. It's been very important.
It has for me, all my life, very important.
So never to see each other again would have been,
It would have been impossible.
it would have been sad anyway.
You remember the Italian restaurant
No. Yes. On the corner, was it?
with the bushes outside?
No, I'm picturing it as
I can see the waiter now.
No, I can't get the waiter.
The waiter with the mustache, who always smiled so much whenever we came in.
I used to have the spaghetti carbonara and you had vongole.
I don't remember eating. No. Too busy looking at you, probably.
I really loved you then.
I loved you.
I always remember you standing in that field.
I wonder where that was.
All
Was
the
it?
buttercups.
I have a really clear picture of you running ahead of me down the street. We're waiting for a bus, I think.
Do you remember the hotel? We took a room for a hotel in a couple of hours. And green wallpaper. And we stood there kissing.
I remember the first time.
No, that got overlaid by so many other times. I remember once by a river. We were practically on a public footpath.
The kitchen. The kitchen at your friend's house?
Which friend?
I never knew your friends' names.
Was it Chris? Carrie?
I don't know. You remember the kitchen?
I might have knew which house. Did we do it in the kitchen?
Behind the door? There's soup on the stove.
I remember us just looking at each other.
Down the street, we just stopped.
I was thinking where time you were sitting on the side of the bed.
Was that early on or near the end?
Near the end, I think. You know the time I mean?
Sometimes go past that coffee shop.
Which one?
The one where we kept trying to say goodbye.
I think I blotted that whole day out.
We were really happy.
Or sad. We used to cry.
Did we?
Sometimes.
Like, memory house. What? To improve my mind.
No, but you've got
My
a
memory.
To forget a lot.
Not.
Like names.
Like names.
We all.
Yes,
But
I
not with where
But I
it's
want to learn.
Ah,
Huge amounts of memorizing.
of course.
Vocabulary.
Yes.
Statistics.
Statistics.
Every imaginable
I
combination.
see your point.
Huge amounts of memorizing which I have to
Somehow.
somehow acquire and retain.
So how do you
This
intend
course. This memory
to improve your list?
lists of exercises.
Like getting the
muscles of the brain.
which of course I know doesn't have much.
And more than that, technique.
To remember it.
Ancient technique. Romans
I
apparently.
didn't know they had.
And all sorts. Renaissance people had
They
their own.
had a lot of brains then.
Leonardo da Vinci from the Renaissance.
So did he.
I don't know that he did.
Not this
Not
technique.
necessarily this actual.
So he might have done.
Oh, but that's beside the point. The point of
Yes.
the actual technique is you take a place, like you could take a house, and suddenly
Take a house?
in your mind. This is the mental. Take a house, you know, in your mind.
Like my aunt's got a house.
There you are. You take this house, and you've got a list of things you want to remember.
Like what?
Like anything, like this list I've got here, this exercise.
Crocodile,
And
pincushion.
you go around the house, and you put something in each room.
Can't quite remember all the rooms.
Can't remember the
In
rooms.
my aunt's house, I've never gone.
Take where you live.
Only be able to remember 3 things.
No, you could go around the room and put one on the table and one on
Oh,
the chair.
I see.
But you'll have to remember
What
what
order I'm going around the room.
Is that all right?
Yes, I can do that.
So I've got my house when I was a child in my mind, and I'm going to go around it now and put a crocodile on the doorstep,
A crocodile on the table.
a pincushion just inside on the mat,
Pincushion on the chair.
pair of scissors in the sitting room on the sofa,
Pair of scissors on the other chair.
axe in the dining room
Axe
on
on
the
the
table,
other chair.
wristwatch
Wristwatch.
Could you just, in your head, do you mind? I
I'm
can't.
not bothered by hearing
I've
yours.
just seen your room in my exercise, and I'm
Because I don't know where you lived as a
so I
child.
can still say mine.
Yes, it helps.
Thank you. Okay, so wristwatch in the kitchen on the stove, elephant on the stairs, Looney in the bathroom, Sharpie on their bed, hedgehog on my bed, tree in the attic.
Tree.
Makes 10. Now you go round.
Pick them up.
On the doorstep, crocodile.
Crocodile. Pincushion.
Pincushion, yes. Scissors in the sitting room.
Scissors. Wristwatch.
No, not yet.
Oh, it's on the other. No, it's
Axe.
axe. Wristwatch.
Wristwatch.
Elephant.
Looney.
No, where did I put?
Oh. What? Bedroom.
On top of the CD
No,
player.
no, in the bedroom I suddenly.
Sharpie.
Yes, of course, Sharpie, but in the bedroom I suddenly
What?
saw my father.
In his bedroom?
My father getting dressed.
He wasn't.
No, oh, nothing.
Nothing awful happened? You
No,
don't
nothing like
remember?
that at all. It's just I suddenly saw him and
So when
off by now.
So I know what to do next.
Life.
There.
Life. I did tell you.
You didn't.
I did. I said Wednesday we're going to dinner.
But you didn't.
Yes, because I remember. Because you
Oh,
said.
all right.
Oh, I must have forgotten. I'm sorry. Yes, you did. I'm sorry.
What? Piano.
Life.
This is Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer.
Here's the piano. You can play the piano.
I've never played the piano.
You sit here. Oh, first one. Section break.
Over the transition. Yeah.
How many languages do you know?
A whole lot.
How many languages do you know?
Live.
How many languages do you know?
To speak fluently or?
Orbit.
Well, of course, some languages I only know a few words, while others.
Take something like a table. Take a table. How many languages can you?
Table, table, trapeze, stol, mesa, mesa, taran, tabulka.
That's so fantastic. Tabulka, mesa, they all mean table.
They all mean the same thing as each other.
Table.
Table means the same thing.
Yes, they all mean table.
Or they all mean mesa.
Oh, if you mean Chinese.
Or in fact Swahili.
I can't help feeling it actually is a table.
Live.
Depression 5.
Live.
Making one of the kittens. They're the ginger one. Or
Live.
From out, Matt.
Live.
I don't want to spend an evening with them again.
You like them. You like her.
He will keep making his point about how mathematics doesn't correspond to reality because it's just a system our brains develop as we evolved in the world, and we've had that argument.
Whereas math is really true.
Yes.
Which is why an equation wouldn't work without there being an infinite number of universes. There really must be an infinite number of universes.
That's sort of thing.
We do only have our senses, don't we? Perceive with? Maybe there's all sorts of things we haven't evolved to perceive. Like an earthworm can't know about flying, or a bird can't know about computers.
Don't, let's have this conversation.
Why don't we go see them and keep off the topic? We can argue about politics.
Because he won't keep off the topic. He likes trying to make me angry because he's hot for you. And nobody understands what we're talking about, and the evening's ruined, and we all get drunk, and I feel like shit in the morning and can't work.
Are you saying you never want to see them again?
He does math, which is consistent with himself. He keeps saying it doesn't mean anything.
What does it mean?
All right, we'll go and see.
She's hot for you.
Live.
God.
Live.
God gives your life meaning. You said that.
Yes. So?
So if there wasn't God, there'd be no meaning to your existence?
And?
So does God have a higher God and give his existence meaning? And that God a higher God? And
No,
that,
of course not.
Of course not. So all this stuff he's done, he might find it all a bit meaningless. I'm surprised he's not depressed.
I don't think he minds
So why do you think about it?
I'm not God, am I?
But I don't mind not meaning anything. Does that make me God?
Makes you really annoying. Like,
Thanks.
like,
What sex evolved to do is give information from two sets of genes so you get offspring that's not identical to you. Otherwise, you just keep getting the same thing over and over, like hydra or starfish. So, sex essentially is information.
You don't think that while we're doing it, do you?
It doesn't hurt to know it. Information and also love.
If you're lucky.
like, trash. Like,
It's just a rat.
but why? Why a rat?
There are all kinds of, like, detergents and animals and stuff in the air. Shall we have them tested?
He's trying to tell us something.
Come on. He's trying not to tell us something. Did you get the new cream?
Like,
Sperm in, suppression 6.
like,
Maybe you could pick up a story tonight, or
like,
Sperm out. Children.
George.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I feel so unsure as I take your hand and lead you to the dance floor. As the music dies, something in your eyes calls to mind a silver spoon, and all is sad goodbye. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no reason, though it's easy to pretend. I know you're not a fool. I should've known better than to cheat a friend and waste this chance that I've been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I danced with you.
Like,
You can't have children?
No.
You can't have children?
No.
How'd you find that out?
When I was married, it came up. We had a test, and it was me.
So that was why?
No. No, of course not.
I thought it was because she went off with the Spaniard.
You did.
She's got a baby now, hasn't she? Her and the Spaniard have got a bambino.
So it makes a difference, doesn't it?
like,
Shrink.
like,
It used to just be pain, the memories of what happened to you as a child.
And the things I wasn't letting myself remember, of course.
The things you... Yes, and now, the analysis has stopped it hurting. Not so much stopped as what? Changed it into... Transformed it.
into what?
It has meaning.
Because you see where it comes from. Partly that.
And how it's affected the way you are.
Partly that.
Partly what?
It just has meaning now.
What does it mean?
It doesn't mean something. There isn't exactly another thing that it means.
What do you mean when you say it has meaning now? You spoil it! You completely spoil everything.
You always do.
That must be painful for you. You can take it to your analyst and have it turned into meaning. Like,
Streaming, section break. Which happened, I'm sorry.
like. You have to say you're sorry.
I'm not sorry.
But you know you hurt him. You have to say you're sorry.
I don't feel sorry.
You have to say it. Like.
Burn out. Climate.
Like.
I'm frightened. Just walk instead of driving and don't take so many raw baths. I'm frightened for the children. There were those emails with the scientists. I can't remember the details.
Oh, it doesn't make any difference in the end.
No, I think you're right. Most scientists all agree that it's a catastrophe. The question is, how bad a catastrophe? It's whether they drown, or starve, or get killed in the fight for water. I choose drowning. Are you really not going to take it seriously? I don't know how to. I don't know how to.
Like.
Censor.
Like.
Page 42.
Page 42.
The sentence beginning on the 21st of May.
Yes, I got it.
I'm afraid that's when you have to go.
Why that?
The Ministry of Defense considers it a breach of security.
It's not classified information.
That is nevertheless their view.
Have you got a lot of these?
About 30.
Let's hear the next one then. Like.
Twice.
Like. But I am your wife.
You look like
That's
my
because
wife.
I am. Look. The birthmark behind my ear. Look.
Yes, I see it.
It's me. Arthur, sweet, it's me. I'm here.
No, she's gone. They've all gone.
Who's gone?
Everyone I know. Everyone who loved me.
No. I love you.
I don't want you to love me. I don't know you.
There are things only we know, aren't there? The day on the beach with Shell. Remember that?
Yes, of course.
And cabbages. Why is cabbage a funny word? We're the only ones that have cabbages as a joke because of what happened with the cabbages. Cabbages. It's a joke, yes?
Cabbages was a joke I shared with my wife. I missed my wife.
But I am. Let me touch you. If you could see what it feels like to touch me. If we made love, you'd know it was me. There are things we like to do, and no one else would know that.
Life.
And he only has 2 months to live, so I thought we could...
Life.
Grant out. Decision. I've written down all the reasons to leave the country and all the reasons to stay.
How does that work out?
There's things on both sides.
How do you feel about it?
No, I'm trying to make a rational decision based on the facts.
Do you want me to decide for you?
Based on what? The facts don't add up.
I'd rather you stay here. Does that help?
Life. Life.
What is it? Pain is pain. It's just my pinch. Get off!
But if I pinch you?
Nothing. Nothing at all? Stop, because I get bruises. How come you don't? I never did. When I was a baby. You were born like? Yes, and I used to chew my fingers.
Chew?
And they got bandages to put over, or I chew the bone. Because you know how they
Put everything in their mouth.
I put my stuff in my mouth because it wasn't any different.
And if you fell down?
I threw myself
Because it
down.
didn't hurt.
Jumped down a whole flight of stairs because that was a quick
And
way.
you were all right?
Broke both my legs. And once, when I went swimming, there were rocks under the water. And when I came out, my legs were pouring blood because I had
You
to
can't feel anything.
emotions. I feel feelings.
But physical?
Not pain.
You.
And why not?
Because there's no signal going up to my brain.
From your legs?
From anywhere to my brain to say there's damage. It's
So
hurting.
you never know what hurting is.
So tell me what it's like.
Hurting is, well, it's pain. It's like uncomfortable, but more. It's something you'd want to move away from, but
You can't.
it's an intense sensation. It's hard to ignore it. It's very.
Well, why would you mind that?
Because it hurts. But no, sometimes pain's alright if it's not bad. Like if your gum's sore and you keep poking it with your tongue, or you might cut your finger and you hardly notice. Yes, if you're doing something exciting, soldiers can lose a leg and not even know it, like me. Yes, but they know it afterwards. And bad.
Okay, but why? What is it?
Someone's tortured, if they give them electric shocks, it's unbearable. Or if they've got cancer, sometimes they want to die. Because my uncle.
Yes, but I still don't know what it is about pain.
It's just pain.
But what is it?
You're unhappy?
Yes.
Someone you love says they love you. You thought they loved you, and they don't.
Yes.
Or you've done.
So it's like being unhappy, but in your leg?
But it's also just what it is. Like red is red and blue is blue.
But red is red, it's wings, and it's red to us.
So there you are. That is love.
Can I pinch you again? But earthquake.
Life.
Have you seen the earthquake?
There's this building. My God, you think things are solid, but they just break.
Yes, I've seen it.
Imagine being it. Imagine you lying on your back and there's this wall a few inches above your face and you can't sit up even an inch, and if you do, it might come down and the air's running out.
You keep trying to take a deep breath, but you can't breathe deeply enough because very soon there's going to be more oxygen. And if you are injured, if you're in pain while all that's going on, and where are your family? Are they dead? Or in agony? Will anyone come get you out? Not hours or days. Just so upset by it.
I wouldn't want to be in it, obviously. For them, of course. I mean, I do know about it.
But you don't care.
I can't say I feel it, no. You really feel it?
Cry. Of course I feel it. I cry.
Okay.
And imagine the wait comes. Imagine hearing it coming and trying to run away, but you can't get away. It seems so fast. You see how fast it came?
Yes, I saw it.
Not upset though.
That black wave with the cars in it was awesome.
Like? Brennan, section 3. Chinese poetry.
The girl waits at the door of her house on the mountain.
What it literally says is mountain girl door.
So maybe
The girl waits. Here. The girl waiting outside my door. A girl climbs the mountain and is waiting outside my door.
to get the girl, you have to go through the door into the mountain.
The mountain is a door only a girl can open.
The girl's as big as a mountain, can't get through the door.
What's the next line? Like, on three. Like, are you sleeping?
Wake up early. That's all right in the summer.
Eating?
Enough.
But never had someone die.
I'm sorry, I have nothing to say. Nothing seems very interesting.
He must have meant everything to you. Maybe.
We'll see. Live.
Manic.
Live.
My God! Look at that flower. Thank you so much. Have you ever seen such a red? Red is blood and bullfights and seeing red is anger, but red is joyful, red is celebration. Yes, I like it. In China, red is lucky. How lucky we are to have red flowers. Shall I get a vase? In China, white is death, but here, black is death. But ghosts are white, of course, so a chessboard is death against death. And blood could be death, but it's lifeblood, isn't it? You look at the flower, it's so astounding. Yes, it means so much to me that you gave me red flowers, because red is so significant, don't you think? It means stop. And of course it means go, because it's the color of energy. And red cards have the most access, because people were excited by red. Or people who are audience and would like to have red. I'd like to have red. I'll buy a red card this afternoon and we can go for a drive. We can go up to the whole country, don't you think? We can go to Prince George. We can go to Mark
Like,
I'm just saying, you've got no choice.
I have.
You have, of course. You feel as if you have.
I have got a choice.
You've got a choice, but you've no choice about what that choice is. You'll make whichever choice.
Whichever choice I want.
Whichever choice you want. But you'll want what you want because you have to want.
I don't have to want
You
anything.
do because of what you like. That's why. What you like means that you're going to want what you want. Because there's your genes, and everything that's happening to you, and everything else that's happening. And all that stuff makes your brain be like that.
Like what?
Like it is.
What's it like?
I don't know, of course, I don't know. Nobody knows. But if someone could have that information, then they know exactly what it
I
is.
can't know.
I'm crying about it now.
I'm not.
I knew you would.
But there's random
Oh, it's random.
There's random particles you
You think you're a random particle?
No, but I'm just
If you
saying.
think you're like a random particle.
But you can't predict even
if
where.
you think free will is a random particle, there's nothing very noble.
I didn't say noble.
So what is free will? It's not what you like.
No one could possibly have all that information.
No, of course not.
So maybe that's all right.
I think it's fine. But it does change how you feel, don't you think?
Feel a bit funny.
Yes, you feel as if you're hurtling.
Hurtling through my life.
Like the front seat of a roller
But I
coaster.
feel like I'm choosing.
Yes, of course.
I feel like I'm on the front seat of a roller coaster. Like.
No.
Like.
He's got a special stone.
Is that what he's holding?
Yes, he's always
got it.
always holding it. Never puts it down.
Have you seen it?
Saw it once.
How?
Maybe you open it.
Shall we get it?
I think he needs it.
Shall we get it?
Go and get it then.
It's over there!
Will he know which one?
He can get another
He
one.
might want that one.
Shall we get him one?
Here, have a stone. Have a stone. Like.
Virtual.
Like.
I don't care what you say.
No, but listen.
I've never felt like
That's
that.
not the point of what you feel.
That's the only point.
Because she doesn't exist.
I'm not listening.
She doesn't.
Have you seen her?
Yes, I've seen her, but
Have you talked to her?
I don't want to talk to
Then
her.
what do you know about her?
She's not a real soul. So you admit she's not
She
a real.
exists. She still exists.
Fine, all right, she exists, but so does your shoe or a can of soda.
You say she's no different than a shoe?
She's got no more feelings.
What do you know about feelings?
She's a thing. She's a thing.
Look, I appreciate your concern, alright? It's just,
Look,
but
just
she's
let-
beautiful. She's intelligent. She understands
She
me.
doesn't understand.
She listens to me.
She doesn't-
She likes my poems. She's the only
doesn't
person.
understand any of this.
She reads my mind.
But she's virtual.
So? So she's
I
not.
can't believe, just because someone's not flesh and blood,
She's just information.
and what are you if you're not?
Yes, I know.
So we're information. Our genes.
But she hasn't got it.
What?
She hasn't got an insight to her mind. She's not conscious. She can't.
How do you know she's not conscious?
Because she's a computer. She's a computer game. She's not.
Can you tell that from what she
I
said?
don't need to tell that from what
Can you tell that?
because she can't.
She might. And how could she prove it? Because you wouldn't.
I certainly wouldn't.
She said she has all of these.
What? Thoughts,
Yes,
feelings.
thoughts, feelings, because she's that complicated. She says she loves what? We know people won't understand. But we
But
don't
what about
care
sex?
What about what?
She hasn't got a body.
She's got a sex.
But not a body you can
She's not in
actually.
this country at the moment.
And
the sex is great.
Virtual.
It's virtual and great.
She never
I
feels
don't
it.
care what you say.
No, but listen
I've
to
never
me.
felt like this about anyone.
Like,
Small things.
What?
What are you looking at?
Snail.
Is it the same snack?
Yes. Isn't that a lot?
And?
Just looking at it.
Like,
Fact.
like,
Who was the president of Coca-Cola from 1925 to 7?
H.B. Jones.
What is the smallest village in Central Asia?
cat.
Where would you find a witch?
In News first.
How many diamonds were mined in 1957?
60,428.
Name 2 traditional ingredients of goulash.
Duck and fennel.
In 1647, what day was the Battle of Stona?
June the 3rd.
Tuesday.
How far is it from here to the quasar D66?
3.4 billion light years.
What sound does a capercaillie make? Who had the longest hair?
Matilda Lucas.
Of?
Springhouse, Connecticut.
What color is the caterpillar of a brown-haired bat moth?
Pale orange with black stripes.
Do you love me?
Don't do that.
What is the formula that disproves Gödel's theorem?
X bracket A over T minus pi sigma closed bracket to the power of 10 minus n to the power of minus 1 squared.
What is a clock?
A stringed instrument played by the larks of the Gobi Desert.
By what name do we usually refer to Oceanus australensis picardia?
Yes, I do. Sea anemone.
like,
Everyone, take a 5, please. Back at 8:37.